How's it going, guys? Football-ManagerYouthDevelopment.co.uk here. In this episode, we're going to be going through the training facilities that you need to develop youth players on Football Manager. Whenever you're playing Football Manager, it's always a goal for everybody who's playing the game to make sure that they've got the best young players coming through their own academy. So in this video, we're going to be having a look at the facilities that you need to make sure that you're getting the best youth players for your team. If this is the first time you're watching a video on this channel, please do remember to press that subscribe button, press the like button, and of course leave your comments below. For the purpose of making this video, we're going to be taking a look at the facilities that Real Madrid have got. In particular, we're going to be taking a look at their youth facilities, their junior coaching, and youth recruitment. When you're playing Football Manager, to take a look at the facilities that a club has got, you need to go to the overview screen at the top and then click on facilities. That will take you to this page where you can have a look at all the facilities that a particular club has got. In terms of youth development, it's really important to understand exactly what the youth facilities do, the junior coaching does, and of course the youth recruitment. So to start off, we're going to take a look at the youth facilities and we're going to understand exactly what they do. So the youth facilities are going to be a decisive factor on how quickly a player will develop. If you think about it, if a youth player or a young player has got somewhere nice to develop their football skills, for example, you might see a football academy and they've got nice indoor pitches and things like that, you will certainly imagine that a youth player is going to progress a lot quicker than if they're playing maybe outdoors on a boggy pitch in the middle of nowhere. So making sure that you've got really good youth facilities is going to make sure that your players are developing quicker once they come through at your academy. Okay, so next up we're going to take a look at junior coaching and how this can affect the academy players that you get through at your club. So the best way to think about junior coaching is if you have players that are arriving at your academy from, say, the age of about 6 years old up until the age of 15, it's how good the training is that they have been getting throughout that age range. Obviously, on Football Manager, players don't come into our youth team until they're about 15 years and older. But basically, junior coaching is how good a coaching a player has had in his younger years. Obviously, the better junior coaching that a player has had, the better current ability he will have for your team. So sometimes when you get your youth intake through, you will see that some players have fantastic current ability and some will have pretty poor current ability. The higher that your junior coaching is, the better current ability players that you're going to get coming through your academy. Okay, so the last area that we need to focus on in terms of how to get better players into your youth academy is taking a look at the youth recruitment level. Now, the youth recruitment level, I like to think of this as a little bit of a fishing net. So obviously, if you've got quite a small net, then you're only going to be catching fairly small fish. If you've got a large net, then you're going to be catching bigger fish. So in terms of youth recruitment, if you've got extensive or well-established youth recruitment, you're going to be looking for players that are, of course, around the area where your club is based, but you're more than likely going to be having a look for players that are all over a particular country or potentially over a whole entire continent. If you've got sort of fairly basic youth recruitment, then the chances are that the type of youth players that you're going to be looking at are going to be local to where your club is based. So if possible, and you can increase your youth recruitment, it's potentially like having a bigger net of players that you can capture within that net. Of course, once you are able to get players from more further afield, you've got a bigger kind of range of players that you can actually have a look at, and you will also get a better chance of getting players with higher potential. So if you can imagine, if you're a club based in the Midlands of England, for example, if you've got fairly basic youth recruitment, then you're only going to be looking at players that are around the Midlands of England. If you're still that same club based in the Midlands of the UK, but you've got an extensive youth recruitment network, then what will be basically happening, you'll be able to look at players from all over the UK, potentially into sort of France, Spain, Germany, etc. And of course, if your team is good enough, then you're going to be able to attract players into your academy who've got better potential. Okay, so just to round this video off, guys, if there's anybody who's not too sure how you go about increasing your facilities, you firstly need to click on the board tab, which is here. Then you need to go to make board request. Now, when you do this, there's going to be certain levels, and obviously depending on your finances and how your club's set up, there's going to be certain things that you can ask for. So potentially in the finance, it looks like you would be able to increase or decrease your junior coaching budget. Obviously networking, you can either cut back or increase your youth recruitment. There's certain other areas as well. I'm not too sure where the last one is, but basically this is the area that you need to be looking at. Unfortunately, because my team is a bit of a lower league team, I don't have the funds to increase our sort of networking or youth recruitment. So unfortunately, my only option for this particular club is to cut back, which of course I'm not going to be doing at all. Just recently, you can see with this club that I have been trying to sort of increase the facilities and kind of affiliates that we've been getting at the club. I've done fairly well so far with the number of players that I've got through at the club. So in terms of facilities, I managed to get our junior coaching up to excellent, which of course is meaning that we're getting better players with current ability. As I mentioned in my last video, when I was talking about getting older players to tutor my players, all these players here that have got 5-star potential, they have all come through my youth academy. So I've got 3 good players at the moment. Obviously I need to get this guy tutored here, but David Hughes and Lee Miller, you can certainly see that, well, Lee Miller has played 15 games for me so far this season. He's only 18 years old, but he's got an average rating of 7.10, which is absolutely fine for me. You can see he's been here for like 3 seasons, but for a player that's come through our academy, you know, these are the type of results that you can get eventually. This guy as well, Ricky McCallum, he's been with our academy as well for 4 years, and you can see even last season in League One, he had an average rating of 7.49. Of course, I'm getting him tutored, so yeah, he's got 17 determination and a resolute personality. But yeah, considering I'm getting these players through in my academy, I don't exactly have fantastic facilities, but I'm certainly trying my best to increase my facilities so that we can try and keep getting more youth players from our academy into our first team. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you have found this video interesting and you do want to see more videos on Football Manager, please do subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and of course press that like button. Thanks for watching.